I just had a realization since this is since I restarted the vlog. This is the most I've uploaded in one season. 26. So I just opened up the folder for summer. Like last spring, it was 23 or 23 videos, right? I think this is the most videos I've made in a season. Because like 2024 spring, I barely made anything. 9. I've been on some sort of massive frickin' like creativity, like boom. Yeah, like this is nuts. So I'm riding a train trying to go into town, and this train has made an emergency stop 3 times. I'm having problems with the crossing. So stupid. We're here at the Hooters. James is over there behind the menus. Why are we here?
Hi everyone, so this is his birthday. Happy birthday to you!
That's our Hooters doorbell. Yay! I just left Family Mart. I bought a Monster. Nothing too special, right? Well, last month they had this thing where if you bought a Monster, you get a 50 yen coupon. And I found all the coupons I kept in my apartment, so the expiry date is tomorrow. So I'm locked in my neighborhood. There's a multiple Family Marts because I can't buy 3 Monsters and use all 3 of the coupons I had at the same time. So I already used one. I brought my camera bag here. So I'm gonna go grab a 3rd Monster from this Family Mart over here. There's nothing against the rules that says I can't do that. I'm patronizing 3 Family Marts. What flavor should I get? I'm gonna get this one because I got flavors of the other 2. Now I have 3 Monsters, which I purchased for 180 yen, which is like what, $1.20 a piece. I like saving money. So the lady that owns my office building, she basically confirmed that Mama Kitty's name is actually Mama Kitty. And she also said the cat's 17 years old. There was, in the past, I think if you saw my very old vlogs, there was 3 other cats. Why am I being whitewashed by my own camera here? So there was the dad cat, the tomcat. He's still alive, he's somewhere. But the other 2 cats, Grandma Kitty and the kid, the child cat, they both passed away already. So that's kind of sad. I thought the younger one got adopted, but it turns out that one sadly passed away, and Grandma Kitty also passed away. Grandma Kitty passed away at the age of 20. She was old, and then the the child cat was like 10 or 15, so. But yeah, Mama Cat's 17 and still living. I'm at the legal affairs office getting some docs for visa, and they're literally calling everybody at the same time. Like, that's literally everybody. Except for me. Yep, you guys feel that? Got a bit of a shake. Shindo 3 down here. Doesn't seem like it's too terribly bad down here. Well, whatever the fuck that quake was took out my train for a smidge. Damn. The trains aren't going anywhere past Tokyo either. They're all terminating at Tokyo Station. Every year I say this during rainy season, at least for the last 3 years, but it is not rainy on rainy season. But it sometimes worries me because if it doesn't rain in June, in years past it might rain in July, and I got stuff to do in July. So what do? Well, they're finally doing something about this property that caught fire a year and a half ago. Yeah, I mean, they should have put this up the day it caught fire. Looks like they're gonna tear it down and rebuild it, put a new house here by the end of July. What kind of bird is this? He's pretty. He likes that rock too. I'm over here in Musashi Kosugi again. It's visa renewal time, so I'm dropping off all the docs, and like you saw in the last vlog, just hope I don't get kicked out of the country for being on the business manager visa. The Japanese government is, well, if you ask me, under a pretty bad misapprehension that foreigners have the funds and expenditure patterns to afford much higher renewal fees, and also have the funds and the income level to afford paying into nenkin as much as the Japanese government wants them to do. Little do they know, most of my foreigner friends, actually most foreigners in Japan, are broke as shit, especially if they teach English. Yeah, this is gonna kind of be a disaster for quite a lot of people. Not only that, people are trying to do everything at once right now, so the Immigration Bureau is overloaded right now. The government doesn't really think much in advance, do they? Well, as expected, the nenkin pension stuff is actually a problem because my company, went through COVID, as you know, and the pension office gave me some sort of thing. They're like, here, just fill this stuff out, fill that out, do this, do that. I gave them all my tax office numbers and stuff like that. And I've been paying every month, but apparently I've been paying something that isn't under my company's name. I don't know. It's so screwed up. And we called the pension office and they're like, yeah, we don't know what happened either. Just come into the office tomorrow. I'm like, you don't know what happened either? Yeah, the Japanese government, one, their pension system's broke. It's failed. It's out of money. Two, their focus on getting gaijins to make sure they're signed up on the pension system is causing a lot of problems, as you can see. So, well, I have instructions on what I got to do tomorrow, though. So I'm heading over to the pension office, and we'll, have to get whatever I need to get. I'm gonna make lemon sour out of this trip to Hamamatsucho today to get my remaining documents. I'm gonna go to a Gold's I've been meaning to go to for a while. I just haven't had any time to go here. My God, I'm so tired. It's nice, but it's very small. There's not much here. A couple machines I'm used to using when I do back, for example, that are not here. Yeah, this branch isn't it. Not coming back to this branch again. I shouldn't have to wait for the rowing machine and the arm machine and the pull down machine at 10 in the goddamn morning. I shouldn't have to wait in line. That's what happens over there at the city run gym, not over here at a franchise at Gold's Gym. I do want to say many foreigners seem kind of confused when I read the reviews about gyms in Japan. There are pretty strict rules, and I like some of the rules, especially the cleanliness rules and all that. When you come here, bring a pair of indoor gym shoes, right? Like a pair of shoes that you do not wear outside. I mean, if they look clean enough, you might be able to get away with it, but your safest option is just to bring indoor shoes for yourself. No shoes in the locker room, period. Yeah, and I mean, this should be atarimae, but wipe down the damn machines after you're done. I say that because there's a group of dudes over there at the other gym I was just at that did not do that. I'm not a regular at that gym, so I have no right to yell at them, but wipe your stuff down, goddammit. Okay, I'm off to the nenkin office to be more pissed off. Okay, so I figured out what had happened. So since I started my business, I already I have a retirement account in America, and long story short, I think I was able to get an exemption because of that retirement account, but the Japanese government in I think it was August of last year or October of last year, knowing that nenkin is completely insolvent and broke, they required every person living in Japan over the age of 20, every person, that includes students, to pay into nenkin. They also got rid of all the exemptions, and they were asking people who had exemptions to pay at least 2 years in back pension. I'm like, okay, that's why about 10 of my friends already left Japan, because they're like, oh, I can't pay this. So I had 10 people leave Japan back in March and April when their terms were up working as English language school. And then I have a few other friends who have told me they might be leaving Japan soon as well. Actually, one of my best buddies is leaving Saturday. So now they're asking me to pay 2 years of back pension. The nenkin I already paid from January until now will go towards that 2 years. And then they're asking me to pay what's called Kose nenkin, which is business pension, I guess. I'm just gonna call it business pension. I'm not sure if that's the real name for it in English, but they want me to pay that today, literally today, starting now, and then I'll be, caught up and good to go in terms of my visa renewal. I was gonna submit all my documents on Tuesday. I'm probably gonna have to do that next week in like Thursday or Friday or something like that. I'll have to talk to my visa lawyer, but I'm lucky enough, I'm making enough money at this point to be able to cover 389,000 yen worth of nenkin. I'm lucky enough I'm able to do that now. If this was me 2 years ago, I would not be so lucky. And if this is a normal foreigner who's like starting a business or just doing what they can do, or just working a job that only gives them 200,000 yen a month, oh, they're screwed. They are absolutely screwed. So the Japanese government, being completely insolvent with the nenkin at least, they're deciding their best course of action is to shake down all the gaijins to pay back what they hadn't paid. I'm never gonna get this Sanju whatever mon back anyway. Luckily for me, I'm able to move some money around and cover other stuff. I mean, I have plenty of savings, so I'm not worried about it, but I'm worried about it, but I'm also pissed off, but I'm also like, okay, let's just get it done and get it over with. But again, I'm lucky. I'm very lucky. I am extremely lucky. I don't know about my friends. Unless they're making a bunch of money doing what they do, they're screwed. So more weird shit, as I was unable to directly pay at my branch, even though the nenkin office said to pay at my branch. Instead, they told me to withdraw all the money, which I have right here. I've got like I'm just holding $3,000 worth of yen basically right now. That is very loud. But they told me to take it to the bank and pay at the bank. I'm like, this is quite literally a fat stack of cash. I'm very lucky I'm in Japan right now, where I can openly joke about holding a dickload of money and not risk it getting taken away from me. Hold on, I'm just gonna do this now. It's getting taken away from me either way though. Yep, I paid some stacks of cash. I can't wait for these to grow into sunflowers, but, well, I mean, I'm paid off and everything like that. Yeah, here's the sunflower starter right here. I'm gonna start getting some good money from these other projects I'm working on, so. I'm more annoyed than worried, you know what I mean? I'm more annoyed. And then like they confirmed, they're like, yeah, you paid into it. You'll get that money back when you retire. I'm like, really? Really? I don't know. We'll see. But shogunai, right? Well, all my papers sent off. Now I wait for 2 months. Actually, that's literally what they said. It's gonna take a couple months to get my papers back. There's a small camera print film shop near my visa lawyer's office. It's not a chain, or at least I don't think it. If it is a chain, it's a very small chain, so patronized them, bought some film, and maybe in a couple months when my visa gets returned, I'll come over there and have it developed. You can sleep anywhere you want on this property, and you choose to sleep in the shade of these machines here. I think I might have said it in a previous clip, but that is actually what they call her here at this building, like, or okasan neko in Japanese, right? But she's a good girl. I know. You're a good girl. The grandmother who runs this property really takes good care of her, so. Well, as much as they could, I guess. But she said that her daughter and Grandma Kitty's, basically Grandma Kitty's daughter, passed away a few years ago. Oh, she's purring. And Grandma Kitty passed away last year at the age of 20. She's 17. You are getting old. Getting old. But you're still living and loving. There used to be a large sakura tree here. Like, it just vanished. Yeah, it's gone. Completely gone. Some Tiffany things sitting here, but like, what happened to the sakura tree that was at this temple? So I've had this monitor for a while now, and you know, I've also got this Nikon ZF right here, which, yeah. And I've sometimes found myself needing a monitor when I'm using the ZF to shoot, because the screen on the ZF is actually kind of small. So I also have to get a special HDMI cable. This is the cable. So let's see how it looks on this monitor. No signal. Maybe I have to change a setting in my ZF. Yeah, so this is what a sit-down segment of the vlog. Here's the ZF, here's the iPhone 15 Pro Max, but for whatever reason I can't figure out this monitor. So I'm gonna try to figure this out. It's definitely got to be a setting inside the ZF. Because what else could it be? Right? Right? Well, I figured something out. Apparently, this is, like, I set it to photo setting, so. And it works. Hey, that actually pretty, yeah, that's really cool. That looks really good. Huh. Yeah, there it goes. That's really efficient. Huh, that's pretty cool. I like that. Damn, they turned this whole building down. Damn. I mean, it was kind of not well kept, but yeah, it was raining this morning, and you can see out west. Looks pretty clear, so let's head to the beach. All right, let's go Japan. That was fun. This is the only time I come to Zushi is when the beach huts are not open. That's because my friends back there are doing a barbecue and they're doing klebana. So while they do that, I'm gonna go in the water. All right. That's a bit. That bit blip. I lost my ability to speak. It's that kind of chilly. I'm in the water though. How do I prove it? All right. This is how I prove it. Yeah. Ah, tsumetai. Tsumetai kedo ii kanji ne. It's cold, but it feels good. Yeah, because once these beach huts open, for whatever freaking reason, this beach turns into absolute mush. And it's just, yeah. Like, this feels really bad once those beach huts open for some reason. Oh well, I brought my strawberry chuhai down here. Yep. Woo! 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 The meat and two veg is cold. Yep. And this beach is not bad at all during the off season. There's barely anybody down here. The only reason I shit on Zushi is because literally the off season is the only time I can drink openly on the beach down here. Because otherwise they're entirely too strict. Yeah. Back in 2015, I might be in an old vlog, I forgot, but 2015 I was down here and a friend of mine got sent to the Koban because he refused to leave because he had a tattoo on his chest. Even that small tattoo, which was like R.I.P. Grandma or whatever. I forgot what it was, but it was a small tattoo. Even that was enough for the cops to come and send him to the Koban. And it was kind of funny though, because everyone was like, "You're racist, racist cops," and everything, right? But I mean, there's a lot of stuff around Zushi that's nice though. Like, then you go over there and that's Hayama Marina, and then you go further down there and you have the actual nice beach of Hayama Morito. So, you know, what are you gonna do? Okay, I'm a beer. Toppo Brewery, Kuronama. This is pretty good. I'm not really sure how to describe it. I think it's just a black lager. Pretty good. Welcome to this colossal episode of going to the Combini late at night, where I've got a cowboy hat on because I just came back from the beach. And I'm already at the Combini right here because I was playing Pokemon Go all the way down. I didn't eat shit after the beach and I'm very hungry, so I'm going into the Combini. It's also 8 p.m., it's not late at night. They got this. Super refreshing. So I didn't really have much at all for lunch. I had like chicken and then ate a little bit at the beach. I got this chashu, man, but I also want some like crispy. They don't have the crispy on the stick, but they've got the plain crispy, which I mean, it's okay, but I think I'm gonna go with this, the chashu cha. I should also get tomorrow's monster. So I don't know what the hell this is, sparkling whatever the hell, and then this is pear flavored, but I ran out of these, so I'm gonna grab a couple of these. This is tonight's Yashogu. I think I'm good to go. All right, let's go check out. What do you guys think of this hat? Yeah, I like it too. Cool. I'm glad we're in agreement. All right, next segment. Yep. Pretty good. Like last year, and I think as the year before, I would love to remind everybody that right now it is rainy season. Yep. Although apparently the rain's coming tonight. It won't last until probably this weekend, but just enjoy the good weather for now. I'm gonna go to the gym, go back home, work from home today, open up the windows, just enjoy the fresh air. Because I looked at the almanac forecast for the first weekend of July. I remember doing the events. 30 plus Celsius and 100% humidity and sunny. At least it's gonna be sunny, but yeah. Does the Nambu line still take forever for the doors to open and close? We shall see. Also, what the hell? All right, train arrived. Nope, it still takes forever. It still takes absolutely forever. Whoever decided to make this one-man operation, they need to be taken out back, and yeah, it's dumb. What happened over here? Okay? I guess so. There's literally just one fire truck and they're all packing up to leave. Alright, cool. Thanks for watching this week's vlog, guys.